Alright everybody, welcome to Never Give Up Vaping. First of all, look, just let me apologise for the first video. I was waffling like crazy. I, I was so nervous I had to take a Valium beforehand, and you can hear it in my voice. I'm stuttering and stammering and talking absolute nonsense, and my description of that EGs was just awful. So probably worst review ever, but it's first video ever, so bear with me, please. And I haven't taken so much Valium tonight, so um, we should be all good. So first of all, I want to introduce myself. Because I didn't say in the last video that my name is Owen, and that I've been vaping for a long while now. In actual fact. I remember when e-cigarettes, I first saw them, and you're talking about this sort of thing that they sell in the garage, which looks like a cigarette, the proper classic e-cig, which had sort of like, screw in, um, cartridges. You're talking a kit like that, the battery and 5 cartridges. It's about 140 quid, and then the refills with, oh my god. So unless you were rich, you weren't going to switch to that. And cigarettes were cheap back then. It's not like it is now in the UK, where cigarettes are extremely expensive, and it is actually cheaper for you to buy stop smoking products, and it's much cheaper for you to start vaping, especially some of these starter products, than it is for you to continue smoking with the tax on cigarettes nowadays in the UK is just astronomical. But that's another subject, you know. So that was the first time I really saw an e-cigarette, and I didn't understand what an e-cigarette is, or what it does, or how it works. I didn't understand how a cigarette could be electric. It just baffled my mind. You have to understand that during this time there were no iPhones. That I don't think there was even an iPod. We didn't have MP3 players, or MP3 players. It just came about, and you could fit, you know, a few, sort of 60 megabytes of songs, or you could fit about an album's worth of songs on your MP3 or something, and these were amazing because they were so tiny. I mean, we were amazed by very, very things that we would be seen as very small nowadays. Back 15, 20 years ago. You know, I'm old enough to remember them days. Um, so my first actual time trying an e-cigarette, I remember my brother, who's got a little bit more money than me, I bought one for my grandma, who's never going to give up smoking. She'll smoke till the day she dies, and that's her choice. But he bought this e-cigarette, and she tried it and didn't like it, obviously, and she gave it to me. And it was just a tobacco flavoured thing. And what it was there was it was the classic e-cigarette, but it had a kind of metal spike which pushed it, attached to the battery unit, which pushed itself into the the actual, like a little like foil cartridge inside, and this metal spike would heat up, and that there would be a kind of, I think, like a gel or something inside these little cartridges, which would heat up. And I got through the cartridges, couldn't find any more cartridges anywhere. Again, it was the days where we didn't buy stuff online too much, and kind of put it to one side and didn't use it again. Um, I think the next time I picked one up was when I started going to the gym, and at that point, I think I picked up an ego, um, I had one of the egos, which everyone used to have, on a little, tied around their neck, walking around with their e-cigarette. And I remember there was this blueberry flavour in the garage, which was, really, something special. I really enjoyed it, but I didn't really understand the wicking and the different types of juices, and I just thought, well, I smoke a lot of cigarettes. I need the strongest nicotine level, which isn't necessarily true, as I've later learned. Um, you know, so I kind of toyed with them, ended up giving up smoking the conventional way after getting quite healthy, through patches, but ended up relapsing back onto cigarettes due to stress and different issues going on in my life. Um, and I smoked for a couple of years up until the 10th of December 2017, when my daughter was born. And the day my daughter was born, I had to reassess what I was doing. I used to smoke just in the house. I used to like to smoke in the house. I don't like to stand outside in the cold. I'm not a drinker. I don't go to the pub, so I've never stood. The smoking ban's never really affected me. I don't stand outside in the cold. You know, unless I'm out. Which isn't too often. Apart from walking about during the day and stuff. So I'm not standing outside, sort of, doing anything, so I just couldn't smoke around my daughter. And again, I don't vape around my daughter, but I can vape in the house, and I know that I'm not leaving sort of toxic chemicals in the room in the same way that cigarettes would. I feel a lot more comfortable with vapor. I trust it a lot more because of the way I feel and the improvements in my health, my cardiovascular health, especially since I've quit smoking. It's just been, really, really good. Um, you know, since my daughter's birth, my health, it hasn't been great. I have seizures, anxiety and stress, and the vaping helps so much. It's just something to concentrate on, something to, I love to collect and obsess over it, and I've got no friends to talk to about it, and hence the YouTube channel. So, talking about the YouTube channel, let's talk about, what I've got coming up. Now, I think the next video is going to be entitled My Problem with ODB Wraps. Um, I've got, a whole host of problems that I had with this company, um, which I need to talk about. And um, I've also got an issue um, which I need to talk about with Coil Master, which will be coming after that. And I just want to kind of show you the difference in customer service because, the ODB wraps problem, you, you know, that it's not a beef video, but the Coil Master, I might have problems with Coil Master, you know, um, we'll wait and see, you know. But apart from that, let's move on. I've got a single coil RDA review. In fact, I've got two single coil RDA reviews, and I'm going to do a kind of versus. So I've got the Pulse uh, 24. It's the first Squonk RDA that I bought. It was the first RDA that I bought, in actual fact, was the Pulse 24. Um, I bought a Pulse 22, and we're gonna see how the Pulse 22 fares up, and we're definitely gonna be comparing the Pulse 22 and the Pulse 24. but I want to compare it to a single coil RDA. So I'm going to compare it to a 24 mm single coil. Um, the Asmodus C4. I, I can't wait to see which one's better. To be honest with you, I can't wait to see which one looks better on my mod. But past that, I'm really excited to do a review on the OBS Cheetah 2. And I know I might be late on, a lot of reviews on RDAs and stuff like that, but I don't really care. You know, I'm just going to review what I come across and what I like. So I've got this OBS Cheetah 2 review, which has those sort of, uh, off the top of my head, I believe it's a sort of velocity style, but also goon style, but also with a goon style clamp system, and it has a kind of um, funny kind of screw system, I'm just trying to remember it off the top of my head. How the deck looks. But yeah, it's a pretty cool looking deck, and I've actually got some pretty cool wire which I just got delivered today. Um, some super juggernaut wire, some super juggernaut Canthol wire, which, trust me, we're going to stick this on the drag mod, and we're going to turn the wattage up, and we're going to blast some e-juice through this Cheetah 2, and we're going to see if this thing's any good, because people are comparing it to the Goon 1.5. So let's see. Let's see if it stands up anywhere near. I haven't got the 1.5, but I've got the original, which is the best, obviously. Um, let's see if it stands anywhere close to a Goon, because when people compare things to the Goon, that's that's a big comparison to make, because there's something special about that mod, and I don't know what it is, and it might just be me and a few other people who are in love with it, and everyone else doesn't really understand it. But it's not just how you're building it; it's the taste, it's the way that it works, it's the way that it reacts, it's the airflow, it's everything about it. The Goon's great, so I can't wait to see how this Cheetah fares up compared to the Goon, you know. Um, so that's going to be a good review. Um, anyway, I realise I'm waffling a bit, so I'm going to try and be as concise as possible now. So vape bags, I bought about 3, 4, 5 bags, and I still haven't found the perfect one. I've got another one which I'm just waiting to be delivered with the Cheetah, which is kind of I think it's a kind of backpack kind of thing. So I'm gonna just show you the bags that I've got, the bags that work best for me. I went away not that long ago on holiday for a few days with the missus, and my baby's 7 months old now. And we went away. We caught the train and we went down to Devon, and we had all our suitcases and the pram and all that kind of thing. And so I had to have my vape stuff in a bag, and I had it in a Coil Master bag, so I'm gonna definitely let you know how that fared up. And it actually wasn't too bad, but I still haven't found the perfect bag, and it's annoying me, and that's why I kind of just, I want to show you what I've got, and people, the consumers out there, you could go through 3, 4, 5, 6 bags before you find actually what you're looking for, because some of them do part of what you want but don't do fully what you want. It's quite annoying actually. So you end up with a, a lot of bags. I'm trying not to swear. And also I'm going to do a video on, just explaining how to wrap a battery, seeing as, I've had dealings with ODB, and I've got some battery wraps spare, and we're going to have a look at some of the various ODB wraps that are currently available, and I think that's about it on the list that we've got planned at the moment. But we've always got new ideas coming up, and if you've got any yourself, please send them over. If there's anything that you want me to review, then please let me know. If there's anything that's coming out that you want me to review, please let me to know. Please let me know. And what I'll do is I'll put my email down in the description. And anyone who wants to send me anything to review, you're more than welcome to. And I'll put a disclaimer on. The only people who've sent me anything is ODB, but they didn't ask me to review the juice. I did so out of gratitude to them. Um, so apart from that, I'm totally unsponsored. Anyone who wants to send me anything to reviews, more than welcome to. But anyone who does, of course, I'll give you that disclaimer first because that I'm totally independent. So I'm going to give you my raw opinion, and trust me, I've got some opinions coming up. Anyway, I know I've been going on for way too long now. This video's getting on towards the 20-minute mark. So, I want to thank everyone for viewing. Like, dislike if you don't like what I'm doing. But what I do ask if you dislike is that you leave a comment and you explain the reason why you dislike the video, if that's okay. And subscribe, of course, and just watch the videos. Just watch and enjoy. And one last thing I want to say to you is to live the life you live, and to live the life you love, and remember to never give up. So peace out to everyone. Thank you.
Oh yeah, just one last quick thing. I just really wanted to apologise for the messed up review on my last video. Like, I realised I didn't even really describe the flavour of the juice to you. So, just to let you all know, um, I've had trouble getting the juice from ODB directly, but I happen to have gone around them a little bit. Sorry, Tyler, and I do have every juice in the range. So I have the cocoa granola, another bottle of it, thank God, and I also have the flavour that they call milk and the flavour that they call fluff. So we'll be reviewing all three, just to let you know. And we'll be doing a proper review this time, not a review where we're out of our head on Valium. Right, guys, cheers, peace and love. See you all soon.